This right here is a orange Milwaukee. A weird phenomena has happened. That's no longer the case. This is an orange Milwaukee.
Hey guys, it's Kenny from Open Adventure.
Hey Kenny. If you haven't checked out Open Air Adventure with Kenny, make sure you do so. Fantastic guy in the craziest, farthest northeast corner of Canada. Before I watch his video, I am going to go ahead and open a package that came today from the Home Depot. I made a purchase. This was a thing that I purchased, not given to me. First and foremost, I want to encourage you, before you buy something, especially battery tool wise, do your research, and also if you can, be patient. I'll tell you why here in a moment. Oh yeah. Heck yes. Alright, what you see here is a Ridgid brushless grinder and a 2-pack of max output batteries along with a charger. I have lots of content and videos explaining how I've been a Ridgid user by choice, spending my own money for years and years and years. This lifetime service agreement is no joke. If you read the reviews, there's all kinds of disgruntled people saying that it's a joke, this and that. I have replaced hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars of batteries with Ridgid because I purchased my first set of tools before I was married. My wife and I are coming up on 18 years. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry, Michelle. We're coming up on 18 years. We got married in 2007. I have batteries. Well, in fact, I'll show you one. Here's a tool from that time frame. It's not beautiful like the new Ridgid tools, but it still works. And this is a battery that originally shipped with that first kit I bought with the drill, hammer drill, impact, that, and a circular saw. This is a NiCad battery. I used to have 2 of them. Ridgid got out of their lifetime warranty when I dropped one off the back of my pickup truck during construction. Anyway, I only have 1 NiCad left, and really, I don't even mess with it. This thing has been replaced numerous times from Ridgid. I think this is probably the 3rd or 4th set, and I've never paid $1 to Ridgid in shipping or anything to get batteries replaced. When this deal came up on HomeDepot.com, I had to get it. This is not going to be an all just pro Ridgid video. I have lots of experience. I have had warranty claims. In fact, this 8 amp hour battery is new because the first one I got in less than a year failed. However, with a lifetime service agreement, which all of these batteries have, but this one doesn't, and I'll explain that here in a moment. All of these batteries have a lifetime service agreement on them, even after you replace them via the service. Okay, the lifetime service agreement. They don't call it a warranty, they call it a service agreement, including batteries. Now, I'm the original purchaser of all of these batteries here, with the exception of this. This was sent to me by Ridgid a long time ago. They saw me using some tools and they sent me a package. This battery is phenomenal. This max output is absolutely critical to certain tools. And that's why I got this kit right here. I want to go ahead and open these up, get these on the charger here. This is 2 4 amp hour max output batteries. In my opinion, going forward, I am not really interested in any batteries other than the high discharge rate batteries. For drills and impacts, it really doesn't matter, but, and I gotta say this, these chargers are so hokey, but I've got so many of them. This is not something you want to drag around to a job site. This cord will get severed in an instant, dropping a piece of wood on it or something. But in a shop type of environment, I could plug in 5 of these, because I've got a bunch of them now. I could plug a whole bunch in, and then I wouldn't take these out in the field. They have other chargers for that. There's a 4 amp hour battery, max output. Again, that's critical. Let me tell you about why I purchased these. I've been looking at these for months, literally months. And I haven't done it because, I think most of you understand a budget. I'm running a business here with the YouTube channel, and the money wants to go every direction. One of the things that I want to do is I want to weld more. Well, I have some railing that I need to do around my house. I have some welding I need to do on the steps, and I'm going to have a welder plugged in. I'm going to have, if I'd use a plasma cutter, I'm going to have an air compressor plugged in. All of that's fighting for 110 receptacles. Well, I don't want the grinder to also be fighting for a 110 receptacle. I love my cordless Ridgid tools. They've been fantastic, with the exception of the failure on this 8 amp hour battery that Ridgid themselves gave me. Understand that. That battery failed prematurely and they gave it to me. Now, long ago, they don't even make them anymore, but this is the battery that they sent them out to replace. The first generation lithium ion batteries, and I'm going to say it's like 16 years ago or so. I got those after I got married. I loved them because they were lightweight. They were about this size. I had those batteries. I want to say both of them failed really rapidly. No problem. Ridgid replaced them. Okay. So over all the years, I have had a couple premature failures and also failures due to age. And again, the story remains the same. It's been easy to replace the batteries. You gotta follow their rules by registering the equipment. One of the things I'm gonna do today is I will take pictures of the serial numbers of the 2 new batteries, the charger and the grinder, and I will register them via their online portal. It will show up in my list. I will include my, and it's also important that you buy these things through Home Depot. Do not buy them through Walmart. Do not buy them on Amazon. Do not buy them on eBay. You do not get the lifetime service agreement if you buy them from some other retailer or some discount store. It has to be Home Depot. And let me tell you, Home Depot aggressively prices things pretty often. Let's get on to pricing right now. Like I said, I want to do more welding, and I want to be, I want to not be tied down to a cord. And I also never understood until I went to Mike's house at the Rusty Garage when he helped me weld some stuff on my tractor bucket when we welded the hooks onto my bucket. The reason why you'd want more than one grinder. Well, if you have a wire wheel and a flap disc, that's 2 grinders. You don't want to be swapping back and forth. I have a DeWalt corded grinder that's been excellent over the years. But again, if I was going to add a second one, I wanted to have the option of it being cordless. With this brushless grinder, I used to keep these. I used to file these books away. I had them for years and years and years and years. Guess what? I don't do that anymore. I throw them away. Not needed. Just a little quick review, and again, we're going to talk pricing here. This grinder by itself is about, if you were to buy this single tool only, you're talking about, I want to say $150. I don't think that's bad. I just don't want to pay $150. Recently, they came out with a deal I had seen where they had the max output batteries, 2 of them, and the charger. Well, this kit right here. Oh, gosh dang, it even came with a little wheel too. That's handy. Always good to have more of those. They came out with the deal where they had 2 of these batteries and the grinder. And I'll tell you why I think they did that here in a moment. But the deal was $150. You bought this kit right here, the 2 batteries and the charger, for $149, and you got to pick a free tool. The grinder was one of them, a radio was another, the inflator was another one of these things. But be careful, if you select this as your free tool, this tool is only like $50. I think you can go on Home Depot and get these for like $50 or $60. These are still $149 individually, so why would you pick a select tool unless you have everything else but this? Why would you select something this cheap? Just a tip. What happened is, I really wanted it for $149. In fact, it was on my Christmas wish list to my wife, and but I didn't get it. I just waited with patience because, I figured, if I don't get it, I don't get it. I can plug in and change heads on my tools, no problem at all. I don't have to have 2 grinders and one be cordless. Well, the other night came and I found that they had marked this down from $149 to $129. They marked the battery kit that you see here, 2 4 amp hour max outputs, and the charger to $129.99, still with a free grinder. Let me tell you, I should have bought it then, but I didn't, because it's like, gosh dang it, It's still $129 more. I have other stuff that's vying for that money, right? So other night I was tossing and turning in bed. It's been probably another week or two. And I was like, man, I got some welding. I got some stuff I want to do. Thinking about videos, thinking about to-dos. We have a lot coming up on the channel. Anyway, I was like, I really need the extra batteries. When my boys and I were working on the treehouse, I have a significant amount of like these smaller batteries, and we were running out of batteries left and right, especially when you're operating something like a circular saw or driving big lags in. This tool right here operates just fine with this really nice lightweight battery. It really does, because you don't need the super high discharge rate necessarily. It does help to have like this bigger one, but I found that this worked well. The only problem is these drained very quickly. I was thinking about, I really need to add some higher power batteries, because my next size beside the 8 amp hour max output right here that I do not have a lifetime warranty on are these old 4 amp hour ones. These are great batteries. They've done well, but these are not high discharge rate batteries. They work, again, good for drills and impacts, but by the time you put it on a really powerful tool like my subcompact circular saw, this guy right here, if you want to see more about that, by the way, I have a video committed to just the difference between the max output battery versus all the others. I did cut tests, auger tests, and all the rest. So again, if you're interested in that, I'll put a link to that in the description. I thought, you know what, some good 4 amp hour batteries. They have a nice size, a little bit of a size benefit over like the larger ones. And again, they have high discharge, so I can use this on that circular saw or my brushless blower, which I love using. Now, let me share why I think these things are on clearance right now. All of the companies are coming out with like tabless cells or flat cells, or I forget what they call them. Milwaukee's got their like force batteries, which are absolutely incredible. If you want to know more about batteries and their impact on tools, make sure you check out the Torque Test channel. They do extensive testing. They have people, man, it's a whole new genre to me. There's people that like take batteries and like put like different cells and stuff in them and get better performance than even the factory tools produce. It's insane. Anyway, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. What was I saying? The reason why I think these were on clearance is because Ridgid has come out with like their 4 amp hour max output batteries that are like the tabless type cells, and they're now like this size. All right, so I think that they're trying to clearance these out because this is a little bit older technology. The new ones are lighter, they're smaller, and they might have a slight edge on performance, but these are going to be sufficient for my needs as of right now. I will wait for a good deal and for technology to improve for those ones in the future. I love my power tools, but I'm not interested in chasing down the latest and greatest all the time. Anyone will go broke doing that. If you're wondering why I have Ridgid, well, you might be interested to find out that this right here is a orange Milwaukee. If you don't believe me, again, watch Torque Test channel. And my grease gun, this is an orange Milwaukee. Again, if you don't believe me, watch the Torque Test channel. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them down below. I will be utilizing this. Well, let's see if it even turns on. I have not even really looked into this. Guys, I just wanted a cordless grinder, and I'm not going to buy one that's different than like, I'm not going to buy like a DeWalt one because I'm not changing my battery format. Ridgid's been too good to me over the years. I will tell you this, I have contemplated buying like some Harbor Freight tools and then getting a Ridgid battery adapter that adapts to like Hercules or Bauer. I have thought about that. You got your button here for the shaft lock. We're not going to worry about that. Boy, my mind was distracted. Let's make sure it turns on. There it is. This battery's half charged. Let's put that 8 amp hour on it. See how it feels. That thing's humming right there. It's possible that the 8 amp hour still has more power. Back in the day, batteries used to be, you know, if you had 2 amp hour versus 4 amp hour, you were talking only about runtime. But a weird phenomena has happened. That's no longer the case. amp hour also. The cells are slightly different, the engineering is different, and they are able to put even more current through these cells. They have all that additional capacity, but capacity traditionally was just like a fuel tank. You don't go faster with more gas in your truck, right? So again, the amp hours was the fuel tank size, but nowadays the amp hours also often correlates to better performance as well. So keep that in mind. The moral of the story is try not to get in a hurry. Keep yourself watching the sales on Home Depot. If you're looking at Ridgid, they always put stuff on sale. Ryobi, Ridgid, DeWalt, Makita, all of it. I actually have you guys to thank for this. Because of your guys' support and watching videos, this kind of stuff is possible. All this right here, this whole shed, this is my filming studio. I have you to thank. Drop a comment below. Share what your thoughts are. If you're interested to see how this tool does in the long run, make sure you follow, and I will talk about it sometime in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Now that that's done, I can get back to Kenny.
So I packed these the best I could in order for the air to get all around everything. So my next step is to figure out how I'm going to isolate this from the rest of the garage.